Okay, guys. So in this video, I'm gonna talk about my thoughts on Cars 3. So the reason I didn't make this video because I didn't watch it in theaters. I was too late. So yeah. So we watched it when it came out, like not on DVD, like digital, like okay, like a rent or something. I don't know. Anyways, this is my thoughts on Cars 3. Now I might make a series on this. I mean, serious. Okay, yeah, I'm totally have no idea how to pronounce, but I'm gonna say series. That's how everyone pronounces it. But I might make my thoughts on not Cars 3, like a new series, series. Sorry guys. Okay, whatever it is. Okay, I'm back onto the video now. I'm gonna make a new series on this, my thoughts series. So anyways, onto the video. Now, Cars 3, well, it's a movie like the sequel. It's the third sequel to Cars, and I'm pretty sure everyone can know this is way better than Cars 2 or what we got like 2011 or 2010. I have no idea. I looked it up. Pretty sure it's 2011. But anyways, in Cars 3, so there will be spoilers. So if you haven't watched the movie, please watch the movie before you come here. If you don't want to hear any spoilers. Okay. Anyways, so in the beginning, actually, we'll kind of countdown of 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, you've been warned. That's kind of like every other movie review. Okay, so in the beginning, Lightning McQueen goes to the racetrack in the beginning. It's like just like the first Cars movie, except it's a different stadium and like he's racing. But then after that, like they introduced the new race car, the powerful one, Jackson Storm, which is a new rookie at the stadium. And then Lightning McQueen tries so hard to beat him, but then the tires go out when he's going too fast, and then he immediately crashes. A very painful crash. If you're watching this, who actually watched the movie, or see how painful it is, and maybe it's a trailer. It's more painful in the movie than the trailer, if you guys know. Yeah. So, anyways, Lightning McQueen is painted like a metal gray shoe for some reason, which could easily be spray painted later in the movie, which is kind of like cool, I guess. I know that's not very easy to do in the real world. Yeah, so like Lightning McQueen plays a movie about Doug Hudson and his racing days and his crash too. Yeah, which is to be honest kind of ironic if you don't actually watch the first movie or don't even know anything about Doug Hudson. Well, yeah. So then Lightning McQueen goes to Lydia Springs and to call the two Rusty characters. I don't know their names. I just have bad memory. So the two Rusty cars, if you watch the first movie, have apparently sold the company to get the Rusty headquarters or whatever it's called. And Lightning McQueen, when he gets there, he seems concerned about it. But then later he's amazed by what happens. Like, there's little virtual reality glasses there. We don't actually get to see what it actually looks like inside. But judging by the movie, it seems like it's just a prototype, and everyone and they don't even know where to move. Like, what if, I'm getting off topic here, but what if the car accidentally goes outside and then it's still in the virtual reality? I'm pretty sure it's gonna happen. I think in the movie, it's taking 2 hours, but I'll bring back to the review. So, the first part, like the racing part. Here's my real thoughts now. Not to talk about the story. So, my thoughts are like on the first part, the stadium part, like really intense because it's a race, and Lightning McQueen. If you've seen the trailer, which I bet most people saw, the intense moment is kind of predictable since the crash literally happens in that part. He crashes. If you saw the trailer, for like the teaser trailer, the short one, like where he talks about I'm Speed, and that's exactly what happened in the movie, but then extended, and then we get to meet Jack Storm, and then Lightning McQueen wants to beat him. So yeah, the first part is intense but predictable at the same time if you actually had watched the trailer. If if you watched the movie but did not watch the trailer, or any trailer that had Lightning McQueen crashing, then you might have been surprised. Because I don't even know why would you even not watch the trailer anyways. Probably because you don't want to get spoiled. Now later in the movie we get to meet like the gray car. So mostly in this review I'm not gonna remember any names because like I said, I have bad memory. So yeah. So we got the owner of the Rust-eze company that bought the Rust-eze. And then Lightning McQueen seems concerned about, Rust-eze being bought by a different company, which is probably rich too. And then Lightning McQueen really wants to do the simulator, which he doesn't know how it feels like. But then before that, he has to train with Cruz Ramirez, who if you watch the movie, wants to be a racer, but then the owner of the company says he's a trainer, not a racer, and so Lightning McQueen gets sick of her training, and then Lightning McQueen ultimately decides to sneak away to the simulator, but it fails and literally just crashes into the screen of the simulator. And the owner said it was like multi-million-dollars, so you just really just broke a multi-million-dollar simulator. So yeah. So I'm not gonna talk about my thoughts now. So this part of the movie, it's kind of funny, but then some of the parts, where if you're a kid, you would be very bored. I mean, I can 100% understand why a kid or even an adult would want to get bored of this part, because just Cruz Ramirez created Lightning McQueen when they really want just racing. Yeah, that's the other flaw of this movie. This movie has racing. I know it has racing parts, but most of it's kind of just McQueen training with this with this kind of like the first movie of Cars is kind of like the third, kind of like Cars 3. It's because it was Cars and they really didn't focus on racing. Which is kind of the problem with Cars movies, especially Cars 2. Cars 2 was obviously the worst movie in the series, because they added spy cars, and we really didn't want that. So yeah, okay, back onto the story. Okay, McQueen finally goes to the gray car to speak, and then the gray car doesn't want Lightning McQueen to race anymore. But then Lightning McQueen makes a deal with the great car to actually, if Lightning McQueen wins, he gets to race again. But if he loses, Lightning McQueen has to be stuck with branding of something. I don't even know why the great car even. I don't even know if the great car even thought of Lightning McQueen is not gonna be famous anymore since he's not racing. But then the car doesn't know it. So I don't even know if that ended up happening in a movie. Who knows what would happen? You guys can say in the comments if you want to. Anyways, they didn't make the deal, and then the deal was to train with Cruz Ramirez, who brought in a conveyor belt to practice speed, but Lightning McQueen refuses to. And then to practice, Lightning McQueen goes to the sandy beach to race in a straight line, But then Cruz Ramirez wants to be a racer too, so she trains, and then tries to track his speed with her phone. I forgot the name again. He has a phone, and then it tracks it, and then he's staying out of range, and the movie kind of makes the scene funny because Cruz Ramirez keeps failing at everything, like sticking to the beach and like stopping for crabs. And then finally Cruz Ramirez finally catches McQueen, but it's only like 2 miles short of Jack Storm. Lightning McQueen's only made it like 198 miles per hour. And then Lightning McQueen thinks it's all over, but then Lightning McQueen goes to this stunt derby where things get really intense. So I seen comments in the YouTube section of the trailers, or in other YouTube videos reactions. They think it's like an apocalyptic movie. That's not what it is. The Thunder Derby, whatever it is, I'm pretty sure I have no idea what it's called. 100%. Just gonna call it Thunder Derby for now. Anyways, yeah. So the Thunder Derby is actually like not a big part of the story, like a small part, where Lightning McQueen goes in this derby with bunch of cars and lets fire everywhere, and then they cover themselves with mud to keep their identity out. And then Lightning McQueen and Cruz Ramirez eventually won, but then something happens. This truck with water in the tank falls, and then watches McQueen, and everyone finds out he's McQueen. And then Cruz Ramirez gets rewarded, and Lightning McQueen is angry at Cruz Ramirez to get out, and then Cruz Ramirez asks questions about it. And this is the part where it gets emotional. Well, for you guys, so it's like he lost all his races, I think, and then he gets very emotional, and then he leaves, and then McQueen talks to Mater on the device, and then Mater gets the idea of Smokey, who watched Doc Hudson once when he was on his racing days, and then Lightning McQueen and Cruz Ramirez go there, and then they meet Smokey, and they meet the famous racers that were at that track when Doc Hudson was there at a bar. And then they finally train. Cruz Ramirez and Lightning McQueen train, but then Cruz Ramirez ends up winning. Oh wait, sorry, that's my notification for a Roblox video. Sorry guys, so many notifications I have. Next time I should put it to sleep mode. Okay, now off topic here. Anyways, so then after that, McQueen goes to the racing stadium in Florida, and then McQueen, he's racing there and can't quite make it. But then McQueen makes a big decision that Cruz Ramirez finish the race because McQueen wants her to have the chance to race. And then McQueen keeps talking to her about funny stuff, and which gets exciting. The ending is the end, like the climax or whatever, is very intense. I don't even know what a climax is, but it gets very intense, like the racing stadium scene. Anyways, the Cruz Ramirez finally wins and beats Jackson Storm, and then Cruz Ramirez and Lightning McQueen win, so they just have to do the deal. So here are my thoughts. My thoughts are that for the whole movie, that the first half is kind of like a funny part, but like some of the teeny beeny minor parts are kind of like going to wild because you really want Lightning McQueen to race, but he keeps training. So what I think is the first half is kind of like a comedic part of the movie, and the second half is kind of like the intense part of the movie. That's what I think. So I'd say Cars 3 is a pretty good movie, and like way better than Cars 2, and I'm pretty sure it's slightly better than Cars 1, due to the better story. Because I don't even know who would even want to see a movie where the main character has to go through all these struggles. It's kind of boring in Cars 1, 2. Some parts are kind of boring in Cars 1, 2. Cars 2 was just a mess. I don't even know who even came up with the idea for spy cars. I don't even know how we got a G rating in the first place with all these guns and stuff. But yeah, those are my thoughts on Cars 3. Pretty good movie. Way better than Cars 2 and slightly better than Cars 1. It's not the best Pixar movie. In fact, some people on the reviews kind of say kind of like an okay movie or maybe even the worst. But I see it's just pretty good. Not the best Pixar movie, but pretty good. So there you go. That's my thoughts on Cars 3. Please like, subscribe, and click the notification bell. And subscribe. I don't even know why I said subscribe twice. Okay. Anyways, bye.